Hey there, my name is Alex, I am the Silvermont, and this game is dark and edgy, just like my soul. Right, so let's play Dark Souls again, for the third time. Am I running out of ideas, or do I just want to play the game again? You tell me. No, I will tell you. So the reason we are doing this is because, frankly, I want new footage. If you look at my first Let's Play, you will notice that the quality of the footage is very low. Gosh. That's the primary reason we're doing this. So, not so much for the Let's Play, but, you know, that's there for the stuff. I just want the footage for my future lore videos, because this will be in 1080p, 60 FPS, on a new computer. Everything should be great. And if you want to skip to the actual start of the game, well, I would have an annotation on the screen, but YouTube got rid of those, so you'll just have to skip ahead yourself. Should we even bother reading, like, the lore on these things? Sometimes found on carcasses. I mean, there's nothing super interesting here, but at this point, I don't even really need to approach the game like a guide, do I? Because everyone knows everything about Dark Souls. But, well, maybe we'll talk about a few things, but we'll take the Master Key, because I just take that every time. Top heavy. I don't know, how about just... What did I go with the last time? I don't remember. But you'll notice I actually spelled the character's name right this time. In my first ever Let's Play, I accidentally typoed it as Silvermont. Oh well. Average or slim? Let's go with slim. I think that might end up looking a bit better with the eventual thing I have in mind. Face-wise, I'm not really sure if we should go for anything in particular. Far East Traveller. Eerie Great Swamp. Yeah, they looks really grumpy. Thoughtful, mature face. Is that what you would call a mature face? I don't know. Jubilant Katarina. Throllin Cleric. Let's go with the Stora Noble. Hair, we'll go with the same one we used last time, which was this one, I think? Semi-long? That's probably the closest to my hairstyle in real life. Receding. Yeah, I'm going bald, probably. Thankfully I don't have any bald patches yet, but man, I have a crazy... What do they call it, like a widow's peak thing going on like that? I don't know. Now, if I was going for realism, I guess I'd go for dark brown. But I'll go with silver. Considered antiquated in these times. And you know what, that's probably about all the customization we're going to do, because we don't frankly need to look at their face. We're going to go with the warrior. Same as what I did last time, because warrior is kind of my favourite starting class in this game. I know Wanderer and Warrior I think are the two most popular ones. Bandit is actually my favourite one now that I remember, but that's mostly because I really like the axe. But we will go with Warrior. And I apologise if I'm coughing or speaking funnier than usual in this Let's Play. It's because I do currently have a cough. 3 years in a row, every time I try and start a Let's Play, I get like a cold or a cough or some garbage like that. Whatever, let's go.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty lords peeled apart their stone skills. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath, the Scaleless, betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark side brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
And so, the adventures of Sausage Face begin. Does make you wonder, why do they have a hole in the ceiling? Was the hole always there, or did Oscar lift up something that was blocking it, like a grate or something? I don't know. Well, here's Dark Souls 1 again. I've not played this game in a long time, so we'll see how everything goes. First things first, we want to get rid of that. And I think if I take some stuff off, I can fast roll. Yeah. I'll need to take off some more things though, but frankly there's nothing wrong with a bit of mid-rolling. When I actually first played this game, I started like off mid-rolling and I found fast-rolling too confusing. There's the old... not the Asylum demon, the Stray demon. Another interesting thing about playing it at this point, Dark Souls 1 that is, we'll have the hindsight, the retrospect of playing the other two games in the series, and Bloodborne I suppose. Still got the mad hops, it's alright. You'll notice I'm punching him with my left hand, because that's what the pros do. It's actually just because I find that animation kind of funny looking. Alright, you can't climb fast up ladders though in this game, but it's a lot better than Demon Souls. Right, the main things we will need for this Let's Play. We'll need to look at this guy. Look at him through there. Piece of shit. I'll beat the shit out of your face. But yeah, we will need strength. We will need energy. We will need strenergy. Once we have those, nothing can stop us. Doesn't open from this side. We've been stopped, but it is only a temporary measure. But, you know, this kind of is a sign of something that I always talk about with Dark Souls and Bloodborne. There are no... Okay, there are not many ambushes in this game, in this series, that you cannot see coming. If you take the time, you know, if you look around, you can see, for example, oh, there is a thing up there. And then, you know, you go through the door, and you can see him up there. And that's, you know, that's what I think is so interesting about the design in Dark Souls. So many people, they go like, oh, it's stupid, I'm just getting killed by things that I had no way of seeing. But you do. I would say like 90% of them you can see. And man, I'm playing this on a new computer at what is the resolution? Is it like 2K, like 1440p or whatever? It's a really nice looking game. Unfortunately the PC port isn't great, but this PC has enough strength to just like brute force it to 60 FPS, but it's a game that gets by not so much on advanced visuals as it does just with art style, you know? Guard. Huh. That's interesting. They called it guarding instead of blocking. Also, is that just like a window leading to nowhere? That's nice. Oh, okay, so this cell has it as well. I guess that answers my earlier, yet pointless question. Speaking of which, did all this water come from rain? Or just, like, something else? I think about a lot of pointless things when I play video games, but, you know, it's alright. No one's gonna worry about that. For example, I do find it interesting that they call it guarding, but, you know, all the players say blocking. I don't know why I find that interesting, but hey. And this is obviously a texture mod to make the warrior armor like black instead of brown. And because, you know, it's on PC, you can do that. You can't get that though. It's a very Dark Souls thing. You clearly could climb up that and grab that item, but... And some people like to think, or say like, oh, it's intentional, it's because, you know, your character is going hollow, they're too stupid to realise they could just climb up that. Same with Dark Souls 2 and the, what's it called? Shrine of Winter? Or whatever. I wonder if you can destroy this with, like, bombs, or if it's only this very predictably placed trap up there. I'm assuming only the ball can destroy it, but honestly, it's something I've never thought to try out. Let's see if I get crushed by it. I did not. Let us talk to Oscar and then check the brightness settings to see if they're good enough.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I were both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death, and thank you.
See ya, Oscar. I just checked the brightness settings. You know, that's perfect. It doesn't drop anything for us there, but you can see, so it's like, oh, how did he get in this place where, you know, there is no exit, no entrance. Now, there's a hole up there, and we know he was walking around on the roofs, and we know that the Asylum demon was up on the roof. So my thinking is, he was probably found by the demon whilst walking around like up there and smashed through. But I mean, you can come up with your own conclusions as to how. The undead treasure these dull green flasks. Fill it with Estus at Bonfire. Fills HP. The Estus flasks are linked to the Firekeepers. The Dark Tales also make reference. An emerald flask from the Keeper's soul. She lives to protect the flame and dies to protect it further. Isn't that so typical of Dark Souls? The Dark Tales also make reference. Do we ever hear of the Dark Tales anywhere else? I don't know. What else did he give us? A key? A mysterious knight, without saying a word, shoved a corpse down into the cell. And on its person was this key. Excuse me. Who was this knight and what was his purpose? There may be no answers, but one must still forge ahead. Well, we know from unused content that his name is Oscar, but if you just look at his name in the credits, I believe it's Knight of the Undead Asylum. But, you know, we call him Oscar because that's basically his name. It's a giant undead prison, but yeah, I mean, they say it's giant. I guess maybe we only see a part of it. I'm not very good at parrying, so probably don't imagine you'll be seeing much of that in this playthrough. But I do want the new footage. I do need the new footage for my videos, but also I'm just really happy to have the chance to play this game again, because it is one of my favourite games ever. Did that arrow just like go through me or something? And I wonder if we can like sort of see around. Not really. I thought maybe we get an idea for just how big this place is, but and I really do love this game, so any chance to play it is a good one. Plus it's been so long since I've played it that, you know, it's all good. I'm probably going to be quite bad though. I'm probably going to be doing a lot worse in this one than I did in my first Let's Play, because, you know, back then I had been playing it for like 1,000 hours before I started making the Let's Play, so Alright, let's fight our first boss, shall we? I've never seen a face that ugly before. Which is why we do that to it. And he's like, ah, my face, why have you done this to me? Oh, right, mid-rolling. I wonder how bad I will be at mid-rolling. I had a comment, oh wait, that's not even a combo. I had a comment the other day, someone was like, oh, how can you possibly say Dark Souls 3 is harder than Dark Souls 1? And, I mean, I get that difficulty is subjective, but even if you just go by the amount of health and the amount of damage and the amount of attacks, surely there is no way you can say Dark Souls 1 is harder than Dark Souls 3. And I like that you can still hear the stray demon below us. Presumably the reason this floor, spoilers, will collapse later on is because he weakened it by jumping down and weighing that much. I don't know. If you are new to Dark Souls, unlike many other games, there is no point really in smashing things like this, because 99% of the time there's nothing in them. Should we read the key? Sure, why not? See if there's anything interesting going on there. Not in particular. Excellent. Excellente. And we've escaped the asylum, but of course it said something like, oh, even if they escape their cells, it will not be easy to escape the actual asylum, because, you know, I mean, hell, look, we're really high up in the northern mountains. Oh, yeah. I guess we come back later and the bird is there. Snuggly or whatever. Frankly, I don't even remember what stuff you can trade. Or, like, what good stuff there is for trading and whatnot. Soul of a Lost Undead. See, I'm guessing he made it out here, but then he was stranded here and there's just nowhere for him to go. Fortunately for us, we have a means to escape.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
And here we are. We've made it to our... well, I suppose I can't call it our one and only sanctuary. Our main sanctuary, Firelink Shrine. And this is where we'll call it for the first episode, before we start hopping around and doing crazy things. We can pick up an item or two before we finish those. I have a topic I wish to finish talking about. Of course, Petrus is there. Captain Humongous. Many people have complained over the years that, oh, Dark Souls just doesn't tell you what to do, and it's like, did you listen? Did you use the ears on your head? Did you use your eyes? Did you read what Oscar said? I mean, Oscar basically tells you, not what to do, but he gives you an idea of what you can do. He says, keep the torch lit, ring the bells, And that is basically it in a nutshell, after all. And this, people think these items are like a secret stash of Petrus of Thorland, which, you know, is entirely feasible. Or if not him, it could be belonging to another cleric who's come here on pilgrimage. Mr. Bones' wild ride is not going to begin, because I'm going to run away. And if it does belong to Petrus, you could say, oh, that's a sign that he's a bit of an anus. Because, you know, cracked eye orbs, why would a cleric need those? Oh my god, what are you? I mean, I know what he is, but why has he followed me all the way to Jerusalem, the land of pilgrimage? See ya. Oh, and now I've locked onto the bird. I wonder why you can lock onto the bird, because usually you can only lock onto enemies. The best plunging attack of them all. But yeah, you're not really supposed to fight skeletons. Oh, and here's this statue that some people think is like Velka and such, with a little babby. And the chest, which I think has like important items in. I see ya. Right, but we'll call it here. God, running so fatny. Oh, right, yeah, that's not actually how you jump in this game. One thing I really wish they had patched in was the ability to jump with the left stick, but oh well. Let's, go away please, skeleton, thank you. You know what, this will probably do. A little wave. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time where the adventure will truly begin. Goodbye.